So let's look at number 2. This is probably the one that had the most confusion. So a 32-team single elimination tournament can be modeled by that function, 32 times half x. So whenever you have a single elimination tournament, what does that mean? In basketball or
It means like
anything?
there's only one team. You only get against yourself.
No, single elimination.
Oh wait, you
Do you
Track.
know, Abby?
Track.
With basketball? No. Anytime you have a single elimination tournament, if you lose, you're out. It's kind of like the playoffs right now with basketball. Our team won all of their games up to that last one. They lost and they're out. So that's a single elimination tournament. That's a playoff tournament.
So on this one, you should be substituting 0 for x.
Yeah, so on this one, we can substitute 0 for x. So let's talk about what that actually means, though, before we do that. Let's make a table of values. Since we have an equation, what can we do with our calculator?
put it in the
Yes. Anytime you see a function or an equation, put it in your calculator.
say you're like
Yep, go to y equals, and then put that function in, 32 times half x. And since we're making a table of values, let's go to the table.
how do you get the x? Does it work the same if you put a decimal?
Yeah, 0.5 to the x bar, yeah.
Get the x one.
And how do you go to the table again?
And then I go up to it.
Second graph. Okay, so let's write down first, what does x even represent?
The
It's games played.
yeah.
And then what does y represent?
How many teams?
Teams are remaining. So teams remaining. So f of 0 means we have 0 games played. And how many teams are remaining? 32. 0 games played, 32. So 32 is also called the start and the y-intercept. And then 1 game played. How many teams are remaining? 16. So what happened to 32?
It's divided by 2.
Yeah, it's times half. It's half of the one before it. What about 2?
It is 16 or 8.
8. So now we have 8 teams remaining. It's half. 3. It's 4 teams remaining. 4 games, and we have 2 teams remaining. So we still have, so this is our championship game, game 5. We have 1 team remaining. So 1 represents our champion, Tournament of Champions. Our champion of the tournament, the winner. Okay, so now you can fill out those because you're saying x is 0, what is y? X is 1, what is y? X is 2, what is y? X is 4, what is y? Okay, so the domain, that's the next part. It says, what is the domain of the tournament scenario? So whenever we talk about the actual scenario, we're talking about the single elimination tournament. And domain is what values?
Domain.
X values. Domain is your X values.
Oh, so you just put.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So domain is how many games are played. Ooh, it's not weird. So that is 0 games played, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then we have domain of the function. That's different. We're not limiting it to just games. This is just a function. What can the value of x equal? Huh? Anything. So how do we represent that? How do you represent x can be any number?
Infinity.
What did you say?
Infinity.
Yeah, so negative infinity to infinity. And what's the other way of writing that?
Positive.
Mm-mm.
Real.
Real numbers, exactly.
This whole time I've been thinking R stands for ration.
Oh, no. Rational is Q, actually. Then on 3, what will help us is what is the general form of exponential functions? Equals a times b raised to the x value. And what does a stand for?
Your X.
Your start. And what does b stand for?
Your end. Or your next.
The rate. So a set in. All right, so this needs to be finished and turned in.